Okay, so this is going to be a run through of the production techniques that I used for task 1, which is drum recording in the APT module for uni. Okay, so the SoundCloud clip which is above this video, you'll be listening to this file here, which is basically a mixed down version of all these files. This is a live session of drums recorded in A24 on the SSL desk. Okay, so we have a kick, 2 microphones for the snare, bottom and a top. We have a floor tom, a top tom, and the overheads, and the mix down there. Okay, so the overheads, there's a stereo image file there. It is actually a left and a right bounced into one. I was pressed up against the clock in uni, so I asked a friend if he could bounce them out as twos. A bit of a bad mix going on there, but it's not a problem. We might have time between now and the hand-in date to edit that. However, I have treated it, and I'm kind of happy with what I've done, bearing in mind the circumstance. Okay, so just to let you know that each channel here is dry in a sense that it has no inserts, no EQ, and no sends. And that's the same goes for every one of these channels here and there. That's the mix down. Okay, so I've duplicated all of those channels, I've coloured them up a little bit, and I've also set up 3 bus channels, and we'll discuss those as we go through. Okay, so the kick. Okay, so before we move on to them, you can actually hear a bit of this. Okay, so just quickly compare the difference to about the centre of that chord there, as it goes. First chorus. I don't know if you can hear the difference there, but basically. Okay, so now we're going to walk through the individual things. So the kick, I inserted a gate. I inserted the gate after doing these. I'll explain in a second. So a bit of EQ, boost at 80 Hz, also a cut. The bottom end of the kick. I needed to cut a bit of the bottom away from it. Okay, so this plug-in here is like a compressor included gate with extra dynamic characteristics involved. I played around with the compression, pushed that right up. This is basically what gives the kick the character. So really gives it some belly end, you say, bottom end. Okay, so the snare. Oh, sorry, just on the kick drum, I sent it to the drum mix bus there as well. Applied the limited on the end of it because halfway through the track here gets a bit exciting, so the limiter just kind of keeps the top end of it. Okay, so the bottom snare, add a gate to it, switch it off. Send that to the snare bus as well. This is the top. Take the snare off it. both snares have been sent to the snare bus, which is here. There's a bit of extra compression going on. So that's the top of a floor tom. Has a gate on it. Let's just do that without the gate there. Okay, and it's sent to the mix bus as well. So the top tom is also sent to the toms bus. So the top and the floor tom are both sent to the tom bus. Now in the tom bus, basically I've just put a bit of stereo image in, just to widen out those toms a little bit. And I've also put another gate on there as well, just so it kind of pulls back at the ring a little bit, keep them sharp. And they've all been sent to the drum mix bus. Okay, so the overheads. Personally, I think they sound a little bit thin, but I don't know what to do about that, so without going into it too much right now, what I have done is this. Aha! Okay, I wasn't meant to do that, but so the compression on the overhead. I have used the preset, but I've also tweaked it just a little bit to my own preferences. A bit of EQ. Okay, and then a bit of make those cymbals a little bit wider as well. So that's a full mix there. Okay. I think the snare's a little bit prominent. I'm going to have a look at that, but just for demo purposes, we'll leave it there and get some feedback off my tutor. Thanks for watching.